I think it must be the air, that beautiful air that when we walked in today to the Grove. I don't know how you're all feeling, but it's very calming. So it was interesting because it's unusual when somebody walks up that all of a sudden people stop talking. So I found that I'm kind of not used to that. Doesn't happen at home, hasn't happened since I've raised children. So I'm just going to enjoy this moment for just a minute. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rosanne Foust. I'm the president and CEO of the San Mateo County Economic Development Association, usually referred to as SAMCEDA. So it is great to be here today, and I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for being here, because the one thing that is finite is our time. And so the fact that you all have chosen to spend your time with us today to be a part of what we're going to share, please know it is appreciated. And that's something I don't think a lot of folks in this room get thanked as much as they should. I know the majority of you personally, and so I'm thanking you on behalf of our SAMCEDA Board of Directors, our chair, Arian Hogan, who is in the room, our board, I'll have them stand up. If our SAMCEDA board members could stand up, that would be great. So our goal through the program today is simple. For each person to learn something new, to meet someone you haven't met, and to feel a part of a community that sees more opportunities than challenges, that has hope, that we can solve whatever comes our way, and that each of you do, have, and can make a difference. In framing our conversation and the information that'll be shared with you today, I wanted to boil it down to a few general observations in both the life science and the technology world. Many of you who know me know I love research, and there is a plethora of research out there. So I decided, let's do a little Googling. Had to use that word. Google wasn't around when probably the majority of us were born. So to think about it today, and YouTube wasn't around. YouTube was founded in 2005. So what did I find out about YouTube? It's had a significant impact on our society, effects on culture, including education and the proliferation of knowledge. I think about the Khan Academy as an example. I think about journalism with citizen eyewitnesses and established news organizations sharing in content creation. I think about the direct effect that YouTube, technology, Google has on world events. I think about the engagement between people and institutions. Worldwide crowdsourcing is how it's referred to. And I think about the value of personal expression. So I was looking at the top 10 downloaded YouTube videos. Now, I'm embarrassed to say I've only watched one of them. So that means I'm going to be going home tonight and watching a few more. Of the top 10, 6 of them are for children based on educational needs. The other 4 are music videos. And do I have any Fast and Furious folks in the audience today? Because one of the other 4 is the Wiz Khalifa, See You Again. And it's from Fast and Furious 7, and it was in honor of the actor Paul Walker. I've probably watched that about 100 times. But it made me stop and think about how technology in our lives intersect and the very positive results. And then I turned to biotechnology, and I wanted to understand it more on a basic level, because I think a lot of us in the room understand the economic view of biotechnology, especially as it relates to San Mateo County, because it's been in the news a lot. But biotech, right down to its core, aims to benefit society. And the fundamental aim of biotechnology is to meet human needs or demands in order to improve the quality of life. Biotech was originally associated with food, addressing famine and malnutrition. Now, it's all about developing new medicines and treatments, improving crop yields and food productions, reducing environmental impact, creating new materials and fuels, and enhancing human performance and health. So the reason I wanted to sort of center us today is because there are a lot of people out in the world talking about a lot of things. And one of the goals that SAMCEDA has is really to bring information, to bring resources, and to connect people. And that's why we are so appreciative of all of you being here today. And what I'd like to do is go through a few slides because I have some thank yous. If we move to the next slide, we have elected officials from every level, from our federal to our state, to our county, to our local. Will all the elected officials in the room stand up, please? So, Angelina, did you stand up? You did, okay, because I turned over and you were sitting down. Sorry, not trying to call out, but we have a council member from Millbrae and she was sitting when I turned my head. So I'm glad you're here. If we go to the next slide, so we have, again, representatives. And can I have all of the representatives of elected officials stand up? Because as we know in the room, you guys deserve a huge round. And then if we move to the next slide, we can't do these events without our partners and our sponsors. And so we have our signature sponsors with Genentech and Google. If we move to the next slide, we have our community sponsors, Comcast, NovaWorks, and the Sprado organization. If we move to our next sponsors, these are our partner sponsors, Biocom, California Apartment Association, Koblenz, Patch, Duffy, and Bass, Kaiser, Stanford Medicine, Children's Health, and Summerhill Housing. Could we have a round of applause for our sponsors? So moving to the next slide, our event sponsor. Is this space just so cool? Let's just be honest. Do we love it? I mean, it's beautiful. And thank you to the Grove and thank you to the Grove team. We, Alex and Alex, we're clapping for both of you. Thank you. I can't do what I do without two of my teammates, Larissa Kenyatta and Don Cecil, who is somewhere. So if we move to the next slide, I would like, it just gives me great pleasure to have who we have here today speaking and who these individuals are going to share information with you. We have Dr. DiVento Dzuban, who is Global Head of Mental Health for YouTube, and we have Caitlin Niedermeyer, Public Policy Manager for YouTube. Please look them up, not now, listen to their presentation, but they are individuals who, when I talked about us all caring about the community, I've known Caitlin, we were just thinking about it, almost 10 years now, and in her journey through the Google YouTube family. I heard wonderful things from the president of Palo Alto University, who happens to be here today. We have two university presidents in the room, Beth Martin with Notre Dame de Namur University in Belmont, and Maureen O'Connor with Palo Alto University. Thank you both for being here. Dr. DiVento Dzuban sits on the board of Palo Alto University, so we are grateful to have Caitlin and Dr. DiVento Dzuban, that is going to come up now and give us a presentation.